I like companies like Mattel. Here's a 6-month chart. Here is a 1-year chart. Notice that Mattel, over the last year, let's even go further, 2 years. They're always trading somewhere around $17 lows, maybe as low as $16, up to highs of $23. That's 2 years. Let's go back even further, just for the heck of it, just for the heck of it. 10 years. So now each one of these bars is considered a month. There was a time there where Mattel went down to about 10 bucks, but for the most part, looking over the last 10 years, Mattel stays in this range between about $16 and $24. And I like that. And by the way, for those of you that are curious, what we just did is called a fractal pattern analysis. We look to see, is the same pattern visible in a symbol over different time periods and different bar lengths. And that's a powerful tool that I talk to my people who. All right, I've moved us back to a 6-month daily chart. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch us over from using my free moving average crossing indicator. I'm going to switch us over to using my shake and oscillator indicator. This is just the normal shake and oscillator, 3 and 10. I'm not applying any of my filters, just plain old shake and oscillator. You don't even have to use my indicator, although it makes it easy. You could actually have the shake and oscillator floating down here in one of those other patterns. But you'll notice my shake and oscillator tells me when I'm topped or bottomed. I'm waiting for it to give me this bottom signal. We're trading around 1750 to 1775 right now. This is a great price to buy into Mattel. And so I want to buy into Mattel, whether I buy stocks or we have an alternative. We can jump over here to our option chain. And if you don't actually want to buy the stock, and you might not want to, Mattel doesn't offer a dividend. If you don't want to actually be into the company because it doesn't make sense to actually own the stock, then you could probably do pretty good buying the Mattel $10 call, expiring all the way out in January of 2025, roughly about 7.5 months from now. So this $10 call, it's trading about $8.15 right now. It's about just under half the price of Mattel stock. You could do this same trade, with this. This is what we call an option, just about trading at parity, meaning if Mattel goes up $1, so will this. So you've already got some leverage. If Mattel goes from 1770 up to about 1870, then this $8.15 option will go up to $9.15. So you're getting the same movement, but on a lower, break-even price thing. So I would consider that back month option. And so I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to wait for my signal. This shake and oscillator is an end of day signal. So you come back, you look at Mattel with my indicator or with the shake and oscillator applied, and you wait for the evening where you see this crossing. You see this yellow arrow appear. And then the next day you look for the follow through. Is everything moving the way you want to? I would even wait until the afternoon or the evening, we call that last hour of trading, professional hour. Make sure things were moving. We're looking for a bottom reversal. So make sure on the day of trading, things are going up, right? And that's when I would buy some of this stock or buy some of those substitute options. And then the beauty part is you can let that thing appreciate, right? Which is great. But if it stops somewhere, and I would say stopping somewhere shy of about $21, if it stops going up somewhere shy of $21, this is our opportunity to then sell premium. And this is what I'm all about, because when we sell premium, we create an income stream. We basically rent out this stock or rent out this back month option. We give people the opportunity, like the people gave, Roaring Kitty the opportunity to buy this particular GameStop. However, with Mattel, if we go ahead and sell our premium at that top, the likelihood that somebody will come back and exercise, basically want us to give them their stock or give them this back month option, will be pretty minimal. So instead, we get that premium, we get that money that people give us for the opportunity to buy that stock or buy that back month option from us. And then it gets to the expiration date and they decide not to, right? And so we get to just keep that money and do that over and over and over again. And that's why we can create income out of stocks that seem like they're just sideways, choppy moving, like Mattel. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The first thing we want to do is buy it when we know that it's bottomed out. So we'll wait for that end of day signal. We'll wait for that next day follow through, and we'll either buy the stock. If you're going to buy the stock, buy it in lots of 100. Or if you're going to do the option contract, then you buy that back month option, that January $10 call.
And it seems like Mattel is one of those classic companies that has very stable business streams, revenues. They're not so much impacted by
Mhm.
technology, AI, things like that. And having a name like this in your longer term portfolio
Not a
while
bad idea.
taking advantage of the dips, at least when you have a run up. Yeah, especially they have like a slate of like 5 more movies coming out that are similar to Barbie, so I could see that being a nice little driver.
Yeah. And what I like about Mattel, my program participants and I took a really close look at Norwegian Cruise Lines yesterday. That might be one you guys want to take a look at offline because we found some great opportunities. But one thing about Norwegian Cruise Line is every time they go, and have their statement around their quarterly earnings, they have their quarterly conference call where they tell investors what's up. Their stock goes crazy for like 3 or 4 days, right? And it makes it difficult for us to wanna trade our covered calls or our diagonal debit spreads against them because it just creates like a week or 2 of uncomfortableness. Mattel doesn't do that. The earnings keep us right in that same, $17 to $21, $22 range. So we love it. It's smooth sailing. It's an ongoing instant income generator for us. So why not? And like you said, doesn't hurt to have a long position in Mattel.